Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, you should be frugal. Everyone should be frugal. Everyone should do things like spend intentionally, take control of their finances, and have fewer wants. Because everyone should be free from the bully that is the man constantly pushing you around in life saying, "Where's my money?" Frugality gives you freedom. It gives you options. It gives you the ability to take control over your lives instead of selling that ability to credit card companies, debt collectors, and bad bosses. When you spend your money more intentionally, you almost gain these superpowers, these superhuman abilities that non-frugal people don't have. And in this video, I want to explain these superpowers that you get from being frugal because I believe that everyone should be frugal. So here are 5 superpowers you get from being frugal. Superpower 1, the ability to make work suck a little less. All right. Let's just be real, ladies and gentlemen. No one really likes working. And if someone tells you that they like working, it is because of one of 2 reasons. It's either they're trying to sell you something, or the more common reason, they're brainwashed. Brainwashed from childhood, told to follow their passion, leaving them on a wild goose chase for the rest of their lives. We need to stop lying to children and tell the children the truth because work, it ain't that fun, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, most people in this world dread work. They think it sucks, but we have to work. And the number one reason is because we need money. So many people hate their job to an extreme because they feel stuck. They're living paycheck to paycheck, and so their job controls every single aspect of their lives. And they're so desperate for money that they're unable to say the most powerful word in the world, no. They're unable to say to their employer, to their boss, "No, I'm not coming in on Saturday. No, I'm not degrading myself. No, I'm not doing that because I'm not desperate." People know when you're desperate, and as much as it's not right, people will not respect you as much when you're desperate. People will make you do things because they know that you have no options. But when you're frugal, you have the ability to make work suck a little less. When you decide to be frugal and over time you build an emergency fund, live below your means, and have no debt, you can finally say to people, no. You can start standing up for yourself because you can afford to go without a paycheck if worse comes to worse. And when you know that you can tell people no and you're not desperate, even if you stay at your sucky job, it will suck a little bit less because you know you have the power to tell people no. Superpower 2, the ability to have peace of mind. If you are new to my channel, ladies and gentlemen, this is my full-time gig. This is the face of somebody who is living life on the edge. My hair is getting grayer and grayer every single day. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. If you like certainty and predictability, this gig, it ain't for you. But so many days I think about how much I'm living on the edge, and people with real jobs have so much more financial certainty than me. But then I realize that how much the average American is living on the edge because 64% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. The average credit card holder has $5,000 in credit card debt, and 54% of Americans couldn't cover a $1,000 emergency expense. And then I realized that I'm not living on the edge as much as I think I am because I have no debt. I have low living expenses. I have a paid off car that I just got a new engine for. And I have over 2 years of living expenses saved. Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, I have not spent 1 penny of savings since I started doing this 6 months ago. But I have more peace of mind than the average American with a guaranteed salary. It doesn't necessarily matter how much money you make. It matters how much money you keep. I mean, 51% of people making 6 figures are living paycheck to paycheck. And sure, they might have nicer things, but do they have peace of mind? Nothing in this world is guaranteed. I mean, look at the tech layoffs. I'm sure so many people in that industry that were laid off or still have their jobs are looking at their glamorous lifestyle and have so much uncertainty and no peace of mind. But when you're frugal, you have peace of mind. When you've built an emergency fund, you have no debt and you live below your means, you might not have these superficial things that other people have, like a nice house or a big car, but you do have peace of mind. You don't have to worry if anything happens in life, and something will eventually happen in life. And when you have peace of mind, can any material possession beat that? Superpower 3, the ability to see past the absurdity of trends. When you step aside and just notice how other people are spending their money, you realize how absurd it is, because the majority of people spend their money based on trends, where everyone is following this never-ending cycle where trends come, then fade away and are quickly forgotten, and are then replaced with new trends, with a never-ending cycle of trends directing people on how they should spend their money. The majority of people live this hive mentality that makes them a slave to money. They're following trend after trend after trend, thinking that their quality of life is going to improve because they have nicer things, and they're unable to see these consumeristic tricks put on by these corporations to get people to buy things. It's like the donkey that is trying to catch the carrot on the stick that he will never catch. Many people think that frugality is about not spending money, but that is not true. You can still buy things and get enjoyment out of things, but when you're frugal, you have the ability to see past the absurdity of trends. You're spending your money consciously, and you're not a pawn in someone else's quest for money and power. You're saying things like, I'm going to decide what's important to me. I don't need the majority to tell me how to spend money. You don't lose yourself to this absurdity of trends that gets people to spend their money in extremely illogical ways. You gain control over your life, and you have the ability to see that frugality is not a life of deprivation, but this hive mentality where everyone is spending their money the exact same way on the exact same trends is a life of deprivation. Superpower 4, the ability to look yourself in the mirror. Money is what I would call a necessary evil. We need to have it. Money is almost a natural thing. And as much as we like to think about this world where we all help each other, fight for the greater good, and sing kumbaya, that will never happen. People need financial incentive in order to do things, and that's where money comes in. But people will do some crazy things depending on how badly they need money, or people do some crazy things based on greed. There's a quote that goes, money doesn't make you a bad person, it just makes you more of who you are. The more people need money for things like funding their unsustainable lifestyle, paying off predatory debt, having a constant desire for more, the more they're going to start doing unethical things to make money, the more they're going to search for ways to make money that aren't in the interest of their own family or their own community, or even to complete strangers. So many people lose themselves on the quest to make money, losing their ability to look at their own self in the mirror. But when you're frugal, you have the ability to look yourself in the mirror. When you do things like create a sustainable lifestyle, avoid the pressures of debt, and be content with what you have, the less desperate you are to make money. You don't have to do dirty things in order to make money. You can look yourself in the mirror and just know that you're not making the world a worse place by existing. Superpower 5, the ability to not take shit from as many people. In life, and I'm sure you know this, there are so many people that we have to take shit from. I mean, credit card companies, bad bosses, debt collectors. And they will do things like threaten you, degrade you, and boss you around, and you have to listen to them because of one of two reasons. You owe them money, or you need money from them. As I said before, being frugal gives you the ability to say the most powerful word in the world. No. You will always have to take shit from people, but the more debt you have and the more expensive your lifestyle is, the more shit that you're gonna have to put up with in your life. But when you're frugal, you have the ability to take shit from less people. And so you only have a handful of people giving you shit in this world. So I just say, everyone, be frugal, because when you're frugal, the man has less control over your life. You don't have to not spend money. I just put that in the thumbnail to get you in. But spend less, live below your means, be frugal. Life is better. And with that, muchas gracias, que tenga un buen día. Video 92. Nos vemos, chicos.